Hi, Jayson Sidhu here again, your real estate expert, and today I'm excited to bring you a market update for January 2020. And as always, we're going to cover the market in 5 key areas. So let's jump right into it. Number 1, sales. In the month of January, the Fraser Valley Real Estate Board processed 974 total sales across all property types. Now have a look at your community to see what sales activity looked like for you. When we compare this to last month, sales activity is actually down about 21.9%. However, when we look at this compared to this time last year, sales activity is actually up 24.2% when we saw just 748 total home sales in January of 2019. So the sales activity to start the year is already up 25%, and it's something we're going to follow very carefully as we head towards spring. Number 2, new listings. In the month of January, we saw 2,216 new listings that were received by the Fraser Valley Real Estate Board. Now, compared to December, when there was only 948, this is a significant increase of new inventory coming onto the market as we start the year. When we compare this to this time last year, however, inventory or new listings are actually down 14.2% from January of last year. So sales activity is up to start the year, and we're seeing not enough new inventory coming on the market to satisfy the demand. So again, we're going to follow it very carefully as we start pushing into the year. Number 3, active listings. At the end of January, there was 5,143 total listings available across the Fraser Valley. Now, when we look at that compared to last month, inventory is actually up 9.8% from December of 2019. But when we compare that to this time last year, total inventory is actually down about 14.2% year over year. So again, sales activity is up 24%, and yet inventory is down by 14%. There's only one thing that's going to do to pricing, and as we go February, March, April, May, there's no reason to believe that sales activity will diminish because we're entering the busiest time of the year, so we need more inventory to satisfy the demand that we're seeing. Number 4, the sales to active listings ratio. How is our market performing expressed as a percentage of homes sold? Well, as you can see, in the month of January, most municipalities remain in a seller's market. Most municipalities except for North Surrey. Remember, anything 15 to 20% is considered balanced. Anything above 20% is considered a seller's market. Now, when we compare that to this time last year, we are actually down from the very high seller's market that we saw in December. And even though our market is there's downward pressure on the market, we're still in a seller's market to start the year. But when we look at that compared to last year, most markets were in a balanced market this time last year. The exception to that was North Surrey. But again, as we enter the new year, most markets are now in a seller's market, and I have no reason to believe that will dissipate considering the demand we're seeing early in the year. We need to see a lot more homes come onto the marketplace to satisfy the demand to start the year. And finally, number 5, the benchmark price. What's happening with the value of our homes? Well, at the end of January, the benchmark price for a home in the Fraser Valley was $960,800. Now have a look at your municipality to see the benchmark price of a single family home in your community. Now, when we look at this compared to December, benchmark prices have moved up by 0.7% from December to January. And that's pretty consistent across most municipalities. However, when we look at it compared to this time last year, January 2019, again, most municipalities are seeing upward movement in pricing, and actually it's up 0.7% from this time last year. So that's your market update for January 2020. If you have any questions about your home, if you have any questions about the market, and you want to put a plan together to get you from point A to point B, as we are now into the new year, we're going to be soon entering the spring market, I'd encourage you to reach out to me at any time. I'm happy to help, and I will look forward to seeing you next month. Thanks again.